Hey, what is going on YouTube? Jay here from MJTech. Today we have a very exciting home entertainment projector by BenQ. This is a 4K projector as well, and it is called the TK850i, which is the next model after the TK850. The difference between both is that this one now has Android TV as well as the Play Store already built in, and it retails roughly for about $1,700, which is considered affordable for everything that we are getting inside of this box. So if we look here on the side, like I said, this is a 4K projector. It has the ability to project up to 120 inches without sacrificing quality, and it gets 100 inches at 2.5 meters, which is not bad. That's equivalent to about 8.2 feet. And it has 3D support, auto keystone correction, vertical lens shift, and also it has something that I really like, which is dynamic iris. That's not a new feature. They have included this with other projectors. But for those of you who don't know, dynamic iris provides deeper blacks. So when you're projecting this, it makes it seem almost like a real TV, which is something that is quite rare for projectors. So with this being said, let's go ahead and take everything inside of the box out and see exactly what we get. Okay, so one of the first things we have in here is a little divider where it does include the stick with the Android TV and the Google Play. So it goes inside of the projector. I'll be explaining exactly how. Yeah, the power cords and manuals, and also two remotes. Now the power stick remote does control the projector, which is a plus. And here we have the dedicated remote for the projector itself. And here we can see it. And I'll be showing you more details about it in just a second. For now, let's just go ahead and set this aside. Okay, so now we're going to be removing the foams out of it, as well as this factory protector. And we are about to see the beauty from BenQ, the TK850i. I would say this is one of their most competitive and affordable projectors for 4K resolution. And here we have it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking here at the front side of the projector. We have an IR blaster for your remote. We get the lens with 8.2 million pixels, 4K. BenQ logo, and then towards the side we have a fan for cooling purposes, just one of them. On the other side we get two fans to get the air out. One is to let the air in, two to let the air out. And then we have a wheel here for adjustment. And if we flip this all the way to the back side, you're going to find all the ports on here. The most popular ones is going to be, in my opinion, the USB 3.0 with the HDMI port, which also supports gaming consoles. We have a dedicated service USB port. Now you don't have to connect it to the computer and do any firmware updates. You can just do it directly here from the back side of the projector. We have the optical out, which is a standard USB port, and the 3.5mm headphone jack. That's pretty much it, with two 5-watt speakers. They sound okay. I'll be showing you exactly how they sound like. But now I will always recommend external speakers, as they will give you that better experience. This is just in case you don't have anything around. Yes, you can use them, but having an external source is always better. Here we have the secondary IR blaster, as I mentioned before, with the buttons on top. You get the power key, the back key, menu key, and just a few selectors on here so that we can navigate through the system. Then here on the lens side we have a little cover, and once you uncover it you will be greeted with the focus wheel, the zoom wheel, and then we have a lens shifter. This will provide about 10% of shifting up and down, and it is great for that perfect setup. You don't have to be adjusting your projector all the time. You can do it directly from here if it's something minor. And yes, we get this little nice fancy cover for it as well. Now, something very interesting here with the TK850i is that it has a removable cover from the top. You get two Phillips screws on each side. They don't come off completely, so once you get them loosened up, just stop right there, and all you have to do is to slide your cover towards the front side of the projector where the lens is, and now you can just simply lift it and it'll come right off. Keep in mind that your projector is always recommended to be off when you're working with this particular part of the projector. And here we can see it says QS01 quick installation, and they're referring to this little guy right here. It comes inside of the box like this, and this is what carries Android TV in the Play Store and basically makes your projector smart. And if you guys look in here closely, we do have an HDMI port, and we do get here the little plug for power. So all you have to do is plug in the power first, and then you insert your stick like so. You have to wiggle it just a little bit, not too much, in order to get it installed. Just be patient. Do not try to force anything on here, as you could break it. And with patience, it slides right in, and voila, now you have it completely set up. All we do now is do everything in reverse. Insert your cover, tighten your screws, and enjoy your projector. Let's not forget that we have two remote controllers that come included with the BenQ TK850i, and one of them is for your QS01 stick. And the cool part about it is that they optimize it so that you can also control your projector directly from here, at least some of the basic settings. We get the manual keystone correction. You also get here the input key and a whole bunch of other things that you can do directly from here. Now the volume is actually not the same for each remote. This is the volume for the stick itself, and over here you will control the volume of the hardware of the speaker. So yes, you need both remotes in order to adjust the volume correctly. What I did is that I maximized this one all the way to the max volume, and then I just adjusted it here to have better control with just one remote. But yes, this one is the dedicated one for the projector, where you have a whole bunch of dedicated settings on here, as we can tell, and this one is just some of them. But it is really cool because most likely after you do all your setup and everything is properly done, you will most likely just be using this guy right here, and it's very nice and comfortable to hold in the hand. And also they come with the batteries included, and they are AAA batteries. You get a set for this remote and a set for this remote as well. With this being said, let's go ahead and turn it on, do some testings, and I'll be right back. All right, so here we have the projector running currently with the Android TV dongle that came included with it. And as you guys can observe right here, this thing looks absolutely amazing in terms of colors. The blacks are very deep, and all of that is thanks to the dynamic iris that we currently have built in inside this projector. And like I said before, guys, we have awesome features when it comes to setting up the projector itself, like the focus, the zoom, and now we have the lens shift, which allows you to move the projection up and down without having to move the projector itself, which again is something that I've never seen before, and it's actually a very interesting feature. So again, we can control the projector using the Android TV remote. We have two remotes, as I showed you guys before. Now here we're going to be using the stock remote, the one for the projector itself. And if we go here into menu, first of all, this projector doesn't have a user interface of its own, and it's just going to give you the basic settings for everything you can do on it. So right here we have pictures. On pictures we got brightness, contrast, color. You can of course customize all of this very easily. Then we have of course here the next one, which is picture. You can do the overscan adjustment. We have here HDR. Right now we have it turned on, and again, to get the best quality with HDR10 is that you have to decrease the brightness a little bit in order for the colors to look a little bit more punchier, and so that the blacks don't look gray. The next setting we have here is called installation. This is depending on where you guys will set up your projector, whether if it is up in the ceiling. You can do all these customizations right here. We have auto keystone. I have it currently turned off because I was having a little bit of difficulty getting it to just do it by itself. But of course, you can turn this on and it'll do about almost correct, but it's not perfect. And for this, we have actually a dedicated button that I showed you guys already, and if you click on it, it looks like this. And then if you click arrow up, it'll start changing the settings. So right now I have it at -6, and that's the setting that works best for me right now. So if I go here back into menu, once you click that button to set it up manually, the auto keystone is going to automatically turn off. Just keep that in mind. We have the aspect ratio here. We have many to choose from, the 4:3, 16:9, and of course then we have auto, which is what I have it set up to. We have the 12V trigger and the high altitude mode as well. So again, these are all basic settings that we have seen before from BenQ. Finally, we got here language, and this thing supports quite a bunch as well. Going back here, we have splash screen. Of course, we have it on BenQ's. You can also change it to either black or blue, whatever you want to change it to. In this case, I have it as factory, which is BenQ. We have direct power on. Then we have menu settings, source rename. You can change whatever source you have on there. You can customize the name of it, which is really cool. We have here sound, and keep in mind that these are two 5-watt speakers. We're going to be testing them in just a second here. So on here we have the sound settings. Again, everything is quite basic, nothing that we haven't seen before. All the settings are quite basic, to be honest with you. Going back up here, let's go into the next tab. And these are system setup for advanced settings, and here we can see we even have the firmware upgrade. Now remember that with this particular projector here, we have a new USB port that is dedicated for firmware updates, so now you don't have to connect it directly into the computer. All you have to do is just get a little memory card. You can download the firmware into that memory card, plug it into the projector, and then come back here, and that's how you can do the upgrade. Very easy and convenient. And finally, here we have the information of the projector itself, including a service code, the firmware version, all this good information that we normally see on these units. So there we have it, guys, for settings. And now here I'm going to be using the remote that came with the Android TV dongle from BenQ. And as you can tell, this is a very nice platform, very easy to follow. And of course, here I have a YouTube. I'm going to try to play a video here of my own account, just so that we can listen to the audio quality coming out of the speakers. So now at this time, with the YouTube application opened up, I have the room completely dark, and now you can really see here the details of this display. It's absolutely amazing. You really have to be here in person in order to see all the details on this screen. It almost feels like a TV, to be honest. It doesn't feel like a projector at all. So anyways, here we have one of my latest videos, which is about the Potensec GPS Dreamer 4K drone. I'm going to play this just so that you can hear the quality of the speakers on this projector. Again, it is two of them. I always recommend that you guys use an external source. It will give you a much better experience, but if you don't, well, I kind of want to give you an idea of what it sounds like. So let's go ahead and play this video. What is going on YouTube? Jay here from MJTech. Today in this video, we're going to be trying the brand new Potensec Dreamer 4K GPS drone that I got from Amazon with the Prime service. So here in the USA, it took about 2 days to arrive, so that was fairly quickly. Some places it takes just a day, depending on what time you order it. And this drone is considered I would say a higher scale drone because of the fact that we have a true 2K recording camera and a true 4K picture camera. So when it comes to the quality of the camera itself, it's pretty impressive. It comes with brushless motors, and it has a 1 minute lap. As you guys heard, the qualities of the speakers on the projector itself here, they're not bad whatsoever. But now I would recommend, again, an external source if you guys are watching a movie, something in 4K, something that needs that quality sound. Then yes, I will not recommend the speakers, but overall they do the job quite well. The fans on this BenQ TK850i is actually quite low in terms of how much noise it makes. But now when you're watching certain movies like suspense movies or even horror movies where there's a quiet part of the movie going on, you can hear it a little bit, but then it becomes kind of natural to you after watching several movies with a projector. So it really doesn't bother me much, and I would say it's more towards the quiet side. I'm gonna go ahead and make a silence real quick, and I'm gonna show you exactly what it sounds like. When it comes to gaming with the BenQ TK850i, well, my brother connected his PS4 and he noticed that there was barely any difference in terms of quality between having it on his 4K TV, which is a 75-inch from Sony, and then he connected it here with the BenQ, and he says, wow, the color accuracy is amazing on this projector. He was truly impressed. And of course, once you get everything properly set up, like the focus, and you get this projecting into an actual projector screen, you will get optimal quality, and gaming is truly an enjoyment here with the BenQ TK850i. So here right now, I had to wait a couple of hours until the daylight time came out, and I have my shades fully open. There's a lot of light coming through the window, and you can still observe everything on this projector. It still looks very nice and crisp. Now, don't take me wrong, the colors did suffer from saturation and a little bit of the brightness, but that is typical on any projector. As a matter of fact, other brands and other projectors that I tested in the past actually were not even viewable with this much light coming in. I mean, this is something that you probably cannot really see through the camera, but when you are in person here, you can still see everything almost like TV quality. But again, the colors have suffered a bit with the shades being open at a full daylight time. Alrighty, so there we have it for the projection samples of the BenQ TK850i. If you guys are looking for something to perform well at a very affordable price, considering everything that it has to offer, this is definitely it. $1,700, and you guys are getting Android TV already built inside of the projector, thanks to the QS01, where you can install and hide it inside of that little cover that I showed you guys before. And yes, all in all, it is a functional one. It's more towards the heavy side and maybe a little bit big, but it is meant to be a home entertainment system, not a portable projector. So for that reason, I justified the size of it. All in all, I have to say that I'm super impressed here with this model, especially on the brightness side. This has 3000 ANSI lumens and is able to project even with moderate light inside of your room, or even with your blinds open. If it's daylight time outside, you can still see everything with details with the BenQ TK850i. With this being said, guys, let me know what you think about it down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more, share this video, and click on that bell. I'll see you guys on my next one.